This fourth video about the god of sleep is dedicated to Vishnu, as this deity is represented sleeping on a coiled serpent that represents time. The aim of this video is trying to reach a deeper understanding of what the god of sleep is through decoding the numbers of Vishnu and decoding the items shown in the iconography of Vishnu. So Vishnu is called the pervader, and it's one of the principal deities of Hinduism. Vishnu is known as the preserver within the Trimurti, the triple deity of supreme being or supreme divinity that includes Brahma and Shiva. In Vaishnavism tradition, Vishnu is the supreme being who creates, protects, and transforms the universe. There are many both benevolent and fearsome depictions of Vishnu. But what I found on the internet are more good aspects. I found that it is the god of preservation, reality, kala, karma, restoration, and moksha, and the protector of good. Moksha is a term for various forms of emancipation, enlightenment, liberation, and release. It refers to freedom from dukkha and samsara, the cycle of death and rebirth, by knowledge of the true self. So this aspect is very attractive, the release from craving and clinging to passions and the mundane mind. So this is very different from the Western tradition, because Hinduism shows us that there is a cycle of reincarnation, and people are more oriented to freeing themselves from this cycle of death and rebirth. Whereas in Western traditions, the aim of people is just reaching heaven. But they don't tell us about reincarnation, really. So in Hindu traditions, moksha is the central concept and the utmost aim of human life. So in this aspect, I feel close to that, because in this life, my aim is to free myself from the wheel of samsara. Okay, so let's go to the decoding aspect. To start with, the pervader is 47 in Chaldean, and this is the number of the Tetragrammaton. Vishnu is 93 in English ordinal, matching element Neptunium. We have the following words with 93 in English ordinal: Saturn, the black cube, land of Oz, fisherman, moonchild, hellbound, REM sleep, and the dreams. REM sleep and the dreams are related to Vishnu's slumber, of course. And hellbound, I've explained that this dimension is hell. Moonchild, this is a connection to the moon. Fisherman, those deities are fishing for souls. Land of Oz, this is where we are. And Saturn and the black cube this is the black cube of Saturn. Apparently, this being the computer. Then we have, in Chaldean, Matrix, reincarnation, soul trap. Then Vishnu is 26 in Chaldean, and we have CERN LHC, and this is the Large Hadron Collider, and I explained these connections in my last videos, and especially in God of Dreams 1. Then we have the Yod, that is Yod-Heh Vav-Heh, and I am that I am. So this shows a connection between Vishnu and the God of the Bible. Number 93 is linked to other interesting numbers through pi and alchemy. In alchemy, the 93rd element of the periodic table is Neptunium. This element represents Neptune, the god of the sea, and in my previous videos we saw the link between the beast of the sea and the god of sleep. Neptune means artificial tune, as nep means fake and artificial in Dutch. So this matrix is based on artificial frequencies sent to create this reality. The atomic mass of Neptunium is 237, And in English original we have the question, what's the simulation? And the answer, holographic projection with this number. When you multiply 2 by 3 by 7, you get 42, and this is a very important number as it is the answer to life, the universe, and everything in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. 42 is also linked to reincarnation in Chaldean. And we also have these expressions, sweet dreams, dream factory, dream in digital, lucid dreaming, electric dream. These 5 expressions are linked to the god of dreams. Then we have the samsara's wheel, eternal life that are linked to reincarnation, the architect, Wonderland, Land of Oz, and we live in Oz, soul stealer, so apparently the deity of this matrix steals the souls to run this show. Sound ritual, the universe is based on sound, the dead sun, deep space, and Vitruvian man. We also have God is a dreamer, the creation, artificial matrix, full moon, born in matter, Trojan horse, and body snatcher. So could this be that the god of sleep possesses our bodies via those artificial frequencies? Our minds apparently are not ours, it's God's voice, and it can sometimes not be so nice, and it is remotely controlling us. So is the god of dreams playing a video game? Apparently, the state of consciousness in which God creates this reality is REM, sleep, and he does this via lucid dreaming. 93 is linked to 211 because 211 is the 93rd digit of pi. With 93 we have the following expressions in English original. Who is the god of sleep? The Saturn matrix, the script writer, infinity time loop, where is the gate of hell? Oz is the jealous god, Earth prison planet, we live in a computer, and REM consciousness. So apparently this is the state of consciousness in which this reality is created. So could it be that we are a product of the dreams of the Creator? 211 is the 47th prime number. 47 is the number of the Tetragrammaton in Chaldean. And we also have the words hypnotized and the land of dreams in Chaldean. Neptunium is 133 in English ordinal, matching false reality, simulation, and the Goblin King. In Chaldean we have 44, and it is linked to the hummingbird medicine card, and this hummingbird represents basically Saturn and the humming that it produces. In Chaldean, we have the following words with 44, the demiurge. So we can see the demiurge is actually Neptune, that is Saturn, that is the beast of the sea. We have the dead twin, the green man, those two are the same, that is the green goblin. We have Saturn moon, mind transfer, to lie hidden. So the device, the God machine I've spoken about in the second video, is hidden. Then we have the Time Lord, confirming this is about Saturn. We have biodigital matrix, vicious circle, this is pi, death portal, infinity 8, this is the time loop we are stuck in. Resident Evil, this is indicating the nature of this reality. Distraction, Captain Hook, this is the captain of the ship that hooks us inside the matrix. fallen spirit, 3D DNA printer, this machine prints our DNA, and we have the Minotaur that is in the middle of the labyrinth. Neptune is 95 in English ordinal, and it matches element Americium. And this element, AM, is half of the I am, and I am that I am is 95, just like the number of this element. In Chaldean, we have REM, consciousness transfer, being 95 too. So this is really indicating, we had it with the 44, and now we have it with the 95, this consciousness transfer, or soul transfer. And, Neptune is 38 in Chaldean, matching the frog medicine card, and frogs are unclean spirits. And this card represents Oz, the Wizard of Oz. And in Chaldean we have these words and expressions with 38. What is Yahweh? Devil spirit, cruel devil, evil sprite. So basically this indicates the nature of what is running this matrix. The time machine, dream world, Exodus 3:14, and 3:14 indicates pi, and this is where we find I am that I am. Then we have reincarnated, life is a stage, the rainbow, Titan moon, Saint Peter, that indicates the inversion, distortion, Vesica Pisces, Neptune, water space, and Saturn's rings. So Vesica Pisces is very important. I spoke about it in my first video, God of Sleep 1, and in the third one I spoke a lot about Vesica Pisces linked to the spiral. And this spiral creates our reality. Then, concerning the 95, we have 95 appearing at the 30th digit of pi. And 30 is the number of the demiurge, and it is the rabbit medicine card that represents the demiurge. It also represents the Lord in Chaldean. So this is reference to the Lord, the God of the Old Testament. We have Dr. Sleep, so again, the reference to the God of Sleep. The cube, that is the cube of Saturn. Here again, we have Minotaur. And Monster, that is Moon Star. The Pirate, Pie Hook, Time Lord, so again, the reference to Saturn. The Snake, Life Game, Remphan, Reptilian, Snake God, The Dream, Nightmare, REM Dreams, and Numerical. So it all has to do with rapid eye movement, state of sleep, or state of consciousness. So apparently this is the state of consciousness in which this reality was created. Vishnu is also known as Narayana, and Narayana is 75 in English ordinal, matching element rhenium that has an atomic mass of 186. We have the following expressions with 186 in English ordinal. Sopor eternus, that means eternal sleep. Life is an illusion. We are in a computer. We are stuck in hell. The world is a stage. Electromagnetic field, that is a reference to the cyclotron. And tricked by the light. 75 matches these expressions in English ordinal. Who is the computer? And the answer was the master of the game and the Saturn Moon matrix. So here it is interesting to see that we have the computer twice in this decode, and the computer indeed appears as the master of the game. 75 can be found at the 47th digit of pi, matching the number of the Tetragrammaton, confirming the link that we had with Vishnu. Narayana is 17 in Chaldean. It is interesting to see that 17 is linked to Neptune. Neptune is 95 in English original and 38 in Chaldean, and both numbers are linked to the number 17 in pi. 17 can be found at the 95th digit of pi, and 38 can be found at the 17th digit. So through pi, 17 is linked to those two numbers that represent Neptune, and we saw that Vishnu was 93 in English ordinal, matching element Neptunium. So this is another layer showing this link between this deity and Neptune, the god of the sea. Whether you call it Vishnu or Narayana, you can see that it is linked to Neptune. And keep in mind that Neptune means artificial tune or fake tune. We are in a sea of frequencies or airwaves. I believe that those frequencies are not the natural original frequencies, but the frequencies used to create this artificial matrix. And they put us to sleep under a hypnotic spell, hence Vishnu's slumber. Anyway, 17 matches the word matrix in Chaldean. 17 is also linked to the following words. Osiris, that is the Wizard of Oz, the man behind the curtains that operates the illusion. Earth, life, Yod-He Vav-He, so here again we have another proof that Vishnu is the same deity as the God of the Bible. And finally we have the word fish, and we saw that we are fish in this matrix. I typed Vishnu's navel, and I was surprised to see 166 in English ordinal, because this is the number of the Tetragrammaton. So that would be another confirmation that Vishnu is linked to the Tetragrammaton. And I also found out that Vishnu's navel is a perfect match to the word the simulation, with 166 in English original and 49 in Chaldean. And Vishnu's nabi is 43 in Chaldean, matching the card of the spider, and this spider represents the demiurge, Yaldabaoth. The spider has 8 legs like the octopus, and the spider is linked to the spider web, or the web we are caught in. This slide is from my former video, Do We Live in a Simulation, God of Sleep 3? So I put it because it matches the numbers of Vishnu's navel. So I will go over the numbers again. So with 166 we have Matrix video game. God is a computer, so once again we have this confirmation. Residual self-image. The false reality, so this means this is either a copy or a matrix overlay of the base reality. Who is the goblin? So I always speak about the green goblin. The Archon's trap. What is the machine? The Prince of Bel-Air, that is the Prince of the power of the air, because it operates through airwaves. Hypnagogic trance. It is like a hypnotic trance. The parasite hive. So this means this is a parasitic entity that has taken over this reality. The digital spiral, time travel key, and Lucifer's number. And of course we have the Tetragrammaton. And with 49 we have Matrix hologram and hologram reality, Highway to Hell, Yellow Brick Road, that is the highway to hell that leads to the Wizard of Oz and Emerald City. The Beast System, Down in a Hole, Upside Down, this reality is upside down, The Walking Dead, that is what we are in the Matrix, fake universe, so once again, the code is telling us that it is not the base reality here where we are. Born in bondage, it is a slave system in this Matrix. Movie theater, we are in a movie. The Nephilims, underground, Monarch MK Ultra, and I explained we are in a mind control matrix. The law of karma, the wheel of karma, and eternal return, all linked to reincarnation. Space-time trap. We are stuck in this trap. And soul transfer. Our souls have been stolen and transferred into this matrix. Vishnu is represented with a lotus flower, and lotus flower is 166 in English ordinal, once again matching the number of the Tetragrammaton. And also the words we just saw in the previous slide with 166 in English ordinal, like Matrix video game, God is a computer, residual self-image, the false reality, and so on. And what is interesting is that lotus flower has the same number as Vishnu's navel in English ordinal. And obviously they are both connected, as you can see on the picture. In Chaldean, lotus flower is 54, matching Vishnu's slumber. And we have these other expressions with 54 in Chaldean: hypnotic trance, the dream machine. So this is really confirming that Vishnu's slumber is the dream machine. So when he falls asleep, the machine starts making dreams. And Vishnu is in a hypnotic state of trance, as well as we are. Then we have trapped in hell, the jealous God. So once again, we can see that Vishnu is related to Jehovah, the God of the Bible. Then we have living on video. And we had Matrix video game with 166. We also have the Matrix has you, inverted world, so this is the second time we have this reference. Then lost in the maze, the digital spider, second time also we have this. Then tricked by the light, also we've seen that before. And sun, moon, earth. And 54 is connected to element xenon. Vishnu's slumber is 54 in Chaldean, and this is linked to element xenon. We just saw the list with 54 in Chaldean, with hypnotic trance, the dream machine, trapped in hell, the jealous God, and so on. So I will not read it all again. So here what is important is the atomic mass of xenon, that is 131, and in English original we have the following expressions. Dream reality. So this is kind of logic with the Vishnu's slumber, that it is a dream reality. He's dreaming this reality and we are part of his dream. Then we have system bug, and I do believe there is a bug in the system, which is this frequency that causes the hypnotic trance. Then we have live, die, repeat. This is a movie, and of course it is linked to reincarnation. Then we have prison bars, and we are in a prison planet. Serial killer is interesting. I haven't written it, but we also have mass murder. And obviously, when we incarnate in this matrix, we die. This is unavoidable. So all the characters of the movies die. In the end, just to be born again and die again over and over. And that's the circle of reincarnation. Then we have the airwaves. And this is linked to the Prince of the Power of the Air. We saw that before. Then we have CERN Stargate, the Angel of Death, linked to mass murder and serial killer, and Gold Harvest. So this entity is harvesting our energy and probably harvesting also our memories. That would explain the memory wipe. And this reminds me of an episode of Doctor Who in which the doctor was confronting a parasite and telling the parasite he was a jealous god. So this might be what it is referring to. And this god was feeding on the memories of people. Then 54 is found at the 191st digit of pi, and we have the following expressions with this number: Switzerland, CERN. So this is the third time we have this reference to CERN in this presentation. And in the God of Sleep number 1, my first video, everything was linking to CERN and the synchrotron. Then we have infinite time loop, and we're stuck in the time loop. And a primitive archaic game, so this shows that we've been playing this game of life for a long time. So I looked for the video of Doctor Who called The Rings of Akaten that I had decoded some time ago because obviously it was linked to Saturn. And I just found that one that says Lullaby for a Sleeping God, and I found it incredible that they just put it like this, with this name and showing us what this God really is. And this also confirms what I was saying about the God of Sleep feeding on our memories and emotions. So I will put two parts, one in which we can see the gold harvest, and one that is part of the speech of Doctor Who to this parasite god. So I decided to decode Sleeping God, and bingo, Sleeping God is 47, so no surprise, 47 in Chaldean is linked to the Tetragrammaton. Sleeping God is 113 in English Ordinal, matching Dream World, the Dead Twin, and Life is a Stage. So the Dead Twin is a reference to Osiris, and Life is a Stage because it is all scripted. 113 is the 30th prime number, and 30 is linked to the rabbit medicine card that represents the demiurge Kronos, that is Saturn. Words with 30 in Chaldean include Jehovah, that is the God of the Old Testament, the Lord, demiurge, REM, dreams. Again, we have this phase of sleep, and then we have the dream, nightmare, Doctor Sleep, all related to the God of Sleep, the cube, Time Lord, that is Saturn, of course, the cube is the cube of Saturn, hooked, we are hooked in this matrix, and hooked is also used to describe someone who is hooked on drugs. Then we have torture, then 1.21 gigawatts, that refers to time travel in Back to the Future. Life game, Minotaur, monster, REM fan, snake god, the snake, algorithm, and numerical. And in Phi, 113 appears at the 96th digit, and 96 is the yin-yang, it's a duality, and 96 is linked to the following expressions in English Ordinal: Time Lord, REM dreams, and numerical. Those three expressions were also in Chaldean. And then we have video addict and destiny.
These are offerings, gifts of value, mementos to feed the old god. You're not a god. You're just a parasite eaten out with jealousy and envy and longing for the lives of others. You feed on them, on the memory of love and loss and birth and death and joy and...
So we just saw the doctor facing the creature, realizing it fed on memories, stories and feelings, and he told him, "You're not a god, you're just a parasite, eaten out with jealousy and envy." So this is a reference to the God of the Old Testament, the jealous God. And when we ask who is the jealous God, we have 216 in English original, and this number is linked to the 666. When you multiply 6 by 6 by 6, you have 216. And we have the following expressions in English original with 216. Computer-generated game. So this confirms the link to the game of life, to the Matrix game of life, with the jealous God. Then we have Lord of the Dead and Rebirth, and that was a title given to Osiris. Then radio frequency fields, and this is linked to the cyclotron. Then Vesica Pisces portal. This is the portal through which we enter the Matrix. And the 5-pointed star. And this is a frequent symbol to represent God, and this symbol is can be seen in the Tetragrammaton, the 5-pointed star, and we have also the star in Hollywood, and we can see this symbol in many videos and movies, in the music industry. It is used a lot. So in Chaldean, who is the jealous god, is 76, and this matches element osmium, and osmium represents Oz, as you know, the Wizard of Oz, that is Osiris. And we have other expressions with 76, the Matrix game of life. So once again, this is showing that the jealous God is running the Matrix game of life. Then we have the 7 rainbow colors, that is a symbol of the land of Oz and the Wizard of Oz. Then we have I am in the hands of fate, as everything is scripted. Yes, we're in the hands of fate and under our destiny. Then we have Wheel of Fortune, and fortune means fate, and this symbolizes also the wheel of reincarnation. And we have reincarnation, soul trap. This is what this matrix is. Then the Lord is my shepherd, and Osiris was a shepherd. This is why you can see he has this crook. Then master of puppets. So this shows this Osiris, or this sleeping god, the jealous god, is the master of the puppets, and we are his puppets. Then master of deception, because he trapped us here and uses many strategies to keep us here. Then quantum entanglement, electromagnetic field, once again linked to the cyclotron. Trapped in the machine, the movie projector, we are in a movie, frequency poisoning, and encumbered forever. Encumbered forever is linked to the state of being trapped and limited here. And the frequency poisoning is linked to the orange waves that are sent by the satellite that I always speak about, that you can see in the Ethereum logo, Ethereum symbol, and in the Looney Tunes symbol. And I believe they want to put us in a matrix, within the matrix, so that we can't escape. And this is why they are putting all the 5G towers and using all this technology against us. Osiris, the jealous god, is 211 in English ordinal, and this is the 47th prime number linked to the Tetragrammaton. And we have REM consciousness, and we live in a computer, being 211 in English ordinal, plus all the other words we saw at the beginning of the presentation. And 211 can be found at the 93rd digit of pi, linked to element Neptunium that we saw at the beginning. And remember, 93 is the number of Vishnu in English ordinal. And it was linked to Saturn, the Black Cube, the Land of Oz. It always goes back to the Land of Oz. Fisherman, Moonchild, Hellbound, REM Sleep. It will always go back to this REM Sleep and REM Consciousness and the dreams. And in Chaldean, it is 72, linked to the Puppet Master. So it always shows us that this god running the Matrix is definitely the god of sleep and the Puppet Master, the master of the game. And it is linked to the frequency prison grid. So this frequency prison grid is formed by the poisonous frequencies. Then we have Project Soul Catcher, the soul trap machine. So they catch our souls and put us in this machine. The belly of the beast, we are in the belly of the beast. And plasma confinement. So here in the Rings of Akaten episode, we have the symbol of our 8-pointed star. And 8-point star is 181 in English ordinal. And it is linked to the Large Hadron Collider. So the Rings of Akaten and 8-point star are linked to the Large Hadron Collider. And we can see the Large Hadron Collider has 8 legs, if we can say so. So with 181, apart from Large Hadron Collider, we also have Black Box Computer, Tortured in Hell, MK Ultra Matrix, Down the Rabbit Hole, and the Vicious Circle that of course represents pi, and we are stuck in pi. Tortured in Hell, I really believe that this dimension we are stuck in is hell. And we are indeed in a trauma-based matrix, MK Ultra Matrix. So 181 is the 42nd prime number, and this is linked to the bat medicine card, and the bat is upside down, showing that we are in an upside down reality. Just like Alice, after falling down the rabbit hole, she found herself in Wonderland that is an inverted reality. Then we have, with 42, we have in Chaldean, Sweet Dreams, Dream Factory, Dreams in Digital, Lucid Dreaming, and Electric Dreams that refer to the god of sleep and all this dream reality. Then we have Samsara's wheel, that is the wheel of reincarnation. We have reincarnation and eternal life. The Architect, Wonderland, Land of Oz, Electric Dream, I said it. Then Soul Stealer, they are stealing our souls. Sound Ritual, there is a sound that corresponds to the orange waves. And this sound is the humming of the hummingbird Saturn woofer. Then the Dead Sun, this refers to the Black Sun. Deep Space and Vitruvian Man. So let's go back to Vishnu and his symbols. We already saw the navel and the lotus flower. So now we are going to speak about the conch shell he's holding. And the conch shell is 99 in English ordinal, matching element Einsteinium. And this is a reference to Albert Einstein. And Albert Einstein is 153 in English ordinal, and this is the width of Vesica Pisces. So with 153 we have we live in a machine, the hourglass, the death portal. So I believe Vesica Pisces is the death portal to this matrix. Then the golden ratio, the spiral path. The spiral path is linked to the cyclotron, and we saw that in the first video, God of Sleep 1. And the golden ratio, I spoke about it in my third video, Do We Live in a Simulation? And I spoke a lot about the Fibonacci spiral that linked to hell. And we have Highway to Hell confirming this. Then, with 99 in English ordinal, we have the Sandman. This is another name for the god of sleep. Then Dreamcatcher, God's Voice, and Spider-Man. Spider-Man, of course, refers to the spider that has 8 legs, like the 8-pointed star, and the CERN, Large Hadron Collider. And conch shell is also 42 in Chaldean, and we just saw 42 linked to the 181 in the previous slide, and that was linked to many words with dream and lucid dreaming, reincarnation, Wonderland, Land of Oz, Soul Stealer. So apparently this spiral is used to catch the souls and send us into this matrix. And this is linked to the dead sun, and I believe that CERN creates this black sun, and that is the black hole. So the conch shell is 42 in Chaldean, matching golden ratio. So this confirms that the conch shell is a symbol of the golden ratio. And this is what Vishnu is holding. When you add the conch shell and the golden ratio, we have 56 in Chaldean, matching element barium, that has the atomic mass of 137. That refers to the fine structure constant. And in the next 2 slides, I will speak about the Fibonacci spiral. I showed that in my last video more extensively, and you will see this is linked to element barium. Fibonacci spiral is 137 in English ordinal, and as we just saw, this is the atomic mass of element barium. And we have the following expressions with 137 in English ordinal. The god of sleep, and obviously Vishnu is a god of sleep. Then we have central unit, that is the central unit of a computer. Then we have mind control. This computer is designed to control our mind. Then hamster wheel, that is the wheel of reincarnation. Then hologram device. We are in a trance, and this is the state of consciousness. We are inside the matrix. Then computer game, that is the matrix game of life. And Metatron cube. So we have Fibonacci spiral being 137 in English ordinal, matching the atomic mass of barium, and 137 is the fine structure constant. And 56 is the number of the element barium in the periodic table. And we have in Chaldean the following expressions. The golden ratio, the land of Oz, hypnotic spell, we are under the hypnotic spell, life is an illusion, the reincarnation, this system is always linked to reincarnation, the artificial matrix, God is the machine, the false world, and this world is a fake reality, operating system, that is the operating system of the computer, tortured in hell, so again we have this reference of us being in hell, hologram device, we always come back to this system being a hologram device and us being a hologram inside the matrix, rechargeable battery, so the system is a rechargeable battery and uses us also as batteries as shown in the Matrix movie, and energy harvesting, they use our energy to run the system and they harvest our energy. Then 56 is 118 in English ordinal and 31 in Chaldean, matching exactly the matrix. Those two numbers are common with 56 and the matrix. And 31 appears at the 137th digit of pi, and we are back to the number of Fibonacci spiral. So we have this kind of loop, 137 linked to 56, 56 linked to 31, and 31 coming back to 137. So this spiral, of course, is a hypnotic spiral, and spirals are used for hypnosis. So the hypnotic spiral is 218 in English ordinal, matching the particle accelerator and quantum computer. And this is what I've shown in my second video about Deus Machina, that it is all linked to the particle accelerator that is working also as a quantum computer. So coming back to the 56, matching the conch shell and the golden ratio, we find the 56 at the 30th digit of the golden ratio, that is phi. And this 30 is very important. It matches the rabbit medicine cards that represents the demiurge and Kronos, and that is Saturn. Then we had the following words: Jehovah, the Lord, demiurge, REM dreams, and this notion of REM dreams is very important. This state of being asleep and linked to the god of sleep, of course. The dream. We have the cube of Saturn, the Time Lord. I already went through those numbers when we saw sleeping God was 113, and 113 was the 30th prime number, and so this 30 is very important. And with 30 we also have the pirate. So apparently something has hijacked the base reality. I don't think we are in the base reality. We are in the fake matrix. Everything is pointing out to it. So now when you add up 30 and 31, because 56 is found at the 30th digit, but it also occupies the 31st digit. So when you add up those two numbers, you get 61. And we have the following expressions with 61 in Chaldean. Are we living in a dream? Are we lucid dreaming? Who is the parasite? So you see we have this notion of pirate and now the notion of the parasite. And we saw the parasite in Doctor Who. Are we in a simulation? And we saw that we are. Then Saturn Moon Matrix. It always goes back to the Saturn Moon Matrix. The gates of hell, ghost in the shell, condensed matter, sound frequency. This matrix is based on sound. Trip through time. This is reference to time travel and us being stuck in time. Over and over again. This is a link to reincarnation. Deep space code, shepherd's crook. And here I put a picture of Osiris because he has a shepherd's crook, and Osiris was a shepherd. And our modern religions have copied this figure of Osiris when they say the God is my shepherd. And this is an Osiris worship. Then we have Book of the Dead linked to Osiris, of course. Then the zodiac wheel, and the infinite circle that is pi, and we are stuck in pi. "56 is also linked to number 35, as 35 appears at the 56th digit of phi. And we have the following expressions in Chaldean with 35. Life spiral, this is the Fibonacci spiral, the goblin, the wizard, both of them represent Osiris, dream spirit, that is the god of sleep, hypnagogia, REM sleep, so hypnagogia and REM sleep refer to the state of consciousness of what is running this matrix, and it is linked to Vishnu's slumber and Morpheus and Hypnos. Then we have the cyclotron, this is what created this reality, linked to CERN. The ram god is very interesting because the ram god is Osiris, and I will put more information in next slide about the ram god. Simulation, we are in this simulation. Incarnation, we incarnate in this matrix. The script is apparently written by the god of sleep. Clockwork, and this is reference to Clockwork Orange because those orange waves are linked to the state of REM sleep, of us sleeping in the matrix. Then we have Intel Core linked to the computer, radioactive, evil entity, so this entity running the matrix is not benevolent, and telepath, and I believe there's a telepathic connection between the machine and us. And as you see, Osiris has a crook and a flail, and crook and flail is 47 in Chaldean, and here we have again the Tetragrammaton. If you look for information about Osiris, in Wikipedia you will find that Osiris was associated with the ram god, and he was worshipped in the city of Mendes, hence the goat of Mendes. And he was portrayed with a crook and a flail that are the instruments of a shepherd. The ram god is 91 in English ordinal, matching element protactinium, and it has an atomic mass of 231. In English ordinal, you have the following expressions with 231. The Lord is my shepherd. So here again we have this connection to the shepherd. Computer-generated dream. So we can see here that the computer is the one that generated this state of dream. Or the computer is the god of sleep. Radio frequency waves. Everything in this matrix is based on radio frequencies. And quantum technology, that is a reference to the quantum computer. With 91 in English ordinal, we have the word phoenix, and we can conclude that the phoenix is another representation of Osiris, and when the elite do rituals rising the phoenix, all they want to do is having Osiris resurrected. It is a resurrection ritual. We had, of course, the ram god being 35, linked to the life spiral, the goblin, the wizard, that are, of course, Osiris, the dream spirit, that is the god of sleep, or the sleeping god. And, of course, we had seen that it was linked to the cyclotron, and hypnagogia and REM sleep, that are those, the state of dream we are under when we are in the matrix. So now the goat of Mendes is 157 in English ordinal, matching the following expressions. The good shepherd. So here again we have the confirmation that the goat of Mendes is the good shepherd, that is Osiris. Then dreams control. Trapped in a machine. The father of lies. And living on video, and we are living inside a video game, the Matrix game of life. Now the goat of Mendes is 70 in Chaldean, matching quantum technology that we had with the 231 in English ordinal. Then we have the matrix code system. So Osiris is the matrix code system. Then we have what is the phoenix. So here notice that we have again this connection to the phoenix. And the keeper of time, and of course we're in a time matrix. 70 can be found at the 64th digit of the golden ratio, that is phi, and 64 is linked to element gadolinium, that is the god element, showing us that Osiris is the god of the matrix, and the atomic mass of gadolinium is 157, matching the goat of Mendes and the good shepherd. Hypnotic spiral is 185 in English ordinal, matching the following expressions: particle accelerator, the organic matrix, and Lucifer light trap. And in Chaldean we have 52, matching element tellurium that represents the earth. And with 52 in Chaldean we have prison planet. This is exactly what the earth is. We also have who is the Lord, Hadron Collider. So as you can see, in Chaldean we have Hadron Collider, and in English ordinal we have the particle accelerator. Then we have the machine god, the hypnotist. This is linked to the hypnotic spiral. Apex predator, demonic nature, so this indicates the nature of the entity running this matrix. The moon trap, synagogue of Satan, spiral of death, magnetic electric, so those are the two forces used to create this reality. Trapped in Oz, low frequency. I can read your mind, so this reminds me of the word telepath that we had before. Stuck in the box, sleeping death, so this is the spell that has been put on us. And we can see that in Snow White. Victim of the sleeping death was the spell cast on Snow White. And we have memory implants, reality simulation, who is Jehovah, that is the same of the Lord, and role-playing games, so this entity is playing games with us. Now 52 is also linked to the Black Panther card in the medicine deck, and Black Panther is 111, matching computer, and we are in a computer. It also matches illusion, clockwork, orange wave, the pie wheel, zodiac wheel, cruel devil, fishing net, and light trap. So we had Lucifer light trap, and now we have light trap. And 111 appears at the 153rd digit of pi, and we had that before concerning the conch shell, that was 99, linked to element Einsteinium, and Albert Einstein is 153, and we had the following words with the 153: we live in a machine, the hourglass, the death portal, the golden ratio, so it always goes back to the golden ratio, the spiral path, and highway to hell. 52 appears at the 66th digit of the golden ratio. And we have the following words: the hypnotic spiral. So you see everything is leading back to this hypnotic spiral. The spiral of death. Large Hadron Collider. So this is the third time we have this reference here, with 66, with 52, and 185. Then we have system of control, the father of lies, the sleeping death. That is the second time we have it. The law of polarity, quantum computer, quantum computer language, and computer program. So during this presentation, we saw that Vishnu was the sleeping god, and his state of consciousness was REM sleep and hypnagogia. But let's try to find more information about this state of consciousness. So, God's state of consciousness is 306 in English ordinal, and this number appears at the 115th digit of pi. In English ordinal, we have the words the demiurge, Morpheus, green twin, ego poison, and black waters. So we can see that the demiurge is running this matrix. We have Morpheus, that is a confirmation that it is the god of sleep. Green twin is the green goblin I always speak about. And ego poison is very interesting. This means that the entity running the matrix is operating on ego, and that it is a poison, and we've been poisoned by that. And we can see it also with the evil queen in the Snow White that has put a dart in our hearts. And so this ego is causing a lot of trouble and a lot of evil in this matrix. In Chaldean, we have 103, and this is linked to element Lawrencium, and you can see the symbol of the spiral, and we've been talking about the spiral during all this presentation, linked to the conch shell that Vishnu is holding, and Lawrencium is linked to the cyclotron, and this was the topic of my first video, God of Sleep 1, and if you haven't seen it yet, I suggest you watch it to know more about the cyclotron. And 103 is the 27th prime number linked to element cobalt, and here we can see the goblin. Cobalt means goblin, and it is linked to what we had in English ordinal with green twin. Words with 27 are the game, so this is the matrix game of life. We have the black cube of Saturn, eternity, intranet, sopor, and quantum. So sopor is the same as Morpheus. It's another name for the god of sleep. And we have quantum, that means that this entity operates on a quantum level. Then we have Portal 101, come back, this is linked to reincarnation, and the pit, and we all fell down the pit, like Alice fell down the rabbit hole in Alice in Wonderland. Goblin means mischievous. I have put two definitions of a goblin. So the first one says, what is a goblin? A goblin is a mischievous and usually very unpleasant, vengeful and greedy creature whose primary purpose is to cause trouble to humankind. Not very nice indeed, so this explains a lot of things. And the second definition says, an ugly and grotesque sprite that is usually mischievous and sometimes evil and malicious. So this is what is running this matrix. And we saw in this presentation that the nature of this entity was not benevolent. On this picture, we see Vishnu holding his conch shell and another device that might represent the universe. And he's wearing a headset or a kind of helmet. And I will decode that in my next video, but I will just show you a few things in my next slide, and that will be my last slide. So I believe that Vishnu's headset is the helmet of salvation, somehow used to control us inside the matrix. And helmet of salvation is 197 in English ordinal, matching the matrix game of life. And we also have orange mind control and energy harvesting. So orange is the color that they use to control us inside the matrix with the orange waves sent by a satellite. And those waves are creating this sleeping state of consciousness. And energy harvesting, we've seen that our energies are harvested by this deity. and that the deity feeds on our memories and emotions and energy. So as we are in a virtual reality, this would be a virtual reality headset. And again, this matches the Matrix video game. With 67, that is what we have in with virtual reality headset in Chaldean. We also have the god of sleep, so that totally makes sense. Then we have rapid eye movement, which is the REM consciousness that we've seen during this presentation. Then we live in a digital matrix, computation matrix, a system of control. So this virtual reality headset is used, as I thought, to control people. Then we have deep mind control. This is another confirmation. You have no choice. The beast of the sea and the great distortion. So this is all I'm going to show in this presentation. I will speak more about this helmet of salvation in another video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in next video. Bye bye.